Givaudan plant explosion rocked the Clifton neighborhood 1 year ago tomorrow. WDRB's Richard Essex takes us back to the neighborhood that's not completely healed.
A year ago, there was debris all over this neighborhood. All that debris has been cleaned up. And some of the houses that were damaged, a lot of them have been repaired. We did see a couple on the backside of the plant that were scheduled to be demolished, but a lot of the siding and windows and things like that are being repaired. The day after the explosion, huge pieces of metal littered the yards directly in front of the plant, including the yard of AEW professional wrestler Truth Magnum, who asked that WDRB use his stage name.
This giant piece right here, I don't know if that's half a boiler or what, but my car would have been parked right there. It would have destroyed that. It ripped our fence apart.
Next door to him, pieces of metal that were never intended to leave the plant sailed through the air and landed in yards.
I just want it over with. I just want it over with, you know. Once the whole thing is, the project's out, we're doing something else with that, you know, we're on the up and up at that point. I much prefer to watch that happen than having it looms over us from the front yards.
A week after the explosion, Hannah Henshaw and her husband Troy sat on their front porch and talked to us on how the explosion had changed them and the neighborhood.
I think it's opened up some channels that we haven't talked about before in our marriage and like where we live and things we haven't considered before, I guess. You know, it's not really to say like a near-death experience, but when you witness or you are around that and you see other people that suffer, and that's the worst part.
And today, they sat on their front porch and talked to us.
I drive past it still, and it's hard to believe. I mean, there's still a lot over there, too. We are not out of the woods for... The main tower is still standing, as you can see it from right here. So I think that is going to be a project in itself. So I don't know. They predicted on the demolition not taking super long, but it doesn't seem to be moving very quickly either.
On the day of the explosion, I talked to Hannah on live TV. She was anxious for answers. You okay?
Not really. I'm really worried about a lot of us, and I know a lot of us have not really ever really liked that factory being there, so I think this kind of goes to show, you know, why.
From the bridge, she could see her house and the legion of fire, police, and emergency responders that had come to the explosion. What she didn't know at the time.
One of the people that died in the factory, I actually graduated from high school in his class, and I knew him. I had no idea he worked there, so that was crazy. Yeah. Talk about hitting close to home.
Over the year, Hannah and Troy have attended a few neighborhood meetings, and they have gotten to know some of their neighbors better than before. So to answer your question and mine, is she okay?
It really brought the community together a lot. It did. And especially just our more recent neighbors, too. We've become a lot closer to, and we talk to on a more frequent basis than we ever used to. So that's good. We're all happy to move past it.
In the Clifton neighborhood, Richard Essex, WDRB News.